Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to this Glory Hunter series. We are into episode 20 already of the series. We have just finished up with January transfer window. We've played a few games. We're about to play the EFL second leg of the semi-final against Tottenham Hotspur, and we are at home as well. We go through some transfer business. We're going to wrap that up in just a second, and also bring you the goals from the games we've already played. So let's get into it. And so we're going to start with our transfer business. As we know already, we brought in Rooney Bargy at the start of January. We have had a few outgoings. We've had interest from Matthias Rees. He wasn't selected in the Champions League uh, registration previously. He was unhappy about that. We did register him in the next game. He then came to us and said that he wanted to leave because he wasn't playing enough first team football. We have sent him out on loan, as we'll see here in his contract. He is on loan with Valencia. They do have an option of buying for 25.5 million. It was set initially as 15 games. We reduced it down to 5 games, and that looks like something that will probably happen as we go forward. As we can see, he has played in 2 games already. 3 games really, if you include the Copa del Rey. So there is, well, it is set on league games, so he has played 2 games already in the league, and that will probably become a future transfer. We did mention that we were interested in sending out Domenico Berardi. Juventus came in with a loan. We accepted that. He rejected it. They came back with another loan, slightly better. We accepted that again. We told him that he was transfer listed because he was unhappy. He wanted a new contract. We weren't prepared to offer him one. He became unhappy. We transfer listed him, and Juventus came in with another bid. Again, there is a mandatory future fee on the completion of 15 games. He has played 2 already, as we can see there, and that is for 40 million as well. It did free up a space in our Champions League squad registration, of course. We also got notification that Destiny Udogie had handed in a transfer request. We foolishly went as high as 130 million offering to Spurs. They just straight up rejected it every time. He didn't become unhappy with it, which was quite telling. But we then moved for a late loan on deadline day for Alex Valle from Barcelona. He is on loan. There is an optional future fee, I think. There is not actually, not that I can see here. So we don't have that set currently. There was another left back we were trying to sign with an optional fee. That's getting mixed up. But he has come in on loan. Hopefully get some first team games. He does look to be a decent player. Likes to get forward as often as possible. Very much suited to our left back, wing back kind of position and playing style. He has played a game or 2 already for us and has done quite well. But that is it in terms of the transfer business we completed in January. I'm pretty confident we're going to sell Berardi and Matthias Rees in the summer, and that will bring a total of 60, I think was it 65 million. So we will look to strengthen that in the summer as well. Obviously, we have played a few games since our last game in the Champions League. We did play against Man City, which, as you can see, we drew 1-1. Eric Garcia giving us the lead 5 minutes into the match against his former club. We did, of course, as you may have seen there, concede 4 minutes deep in the stoppage time, which is very, very disappointing because this was a game we could have won. As we see, Rooney Bargy whipping in a corner and Garcia beating it at the front post. Savio playing a lovely ball forward to Doku, finds Kovacic coming in, and he makes it 1-1 deep in the stoppage time. Disappointing to drop 2 points there. Could have done good for us in the league. We then had our FA Cup 5th round replay at home to Luton. As you'll see there, Marvelous Nakamba was sent off for Luton in the 60th minute. We have come away with a 5-1 victory. Of course, we will show you the goals now. It does see us into the next round of the FA Cup. Obviously, Jonathan David converting a penalty as early as the 12th minute. As we see Dowdy playing the ball back to Lascelles, of course, a former player. His per back pass allows Jonathan David in to score to make it 2-0 in the 15th minute. A corner then from Adeyemi is whipped in, cleared at the front post. Samuel Justo recovers the ball, comes back to Adeyemi, finds Anthony Gordon with a first-time finish to make it 3-0. In the 90 plus first minute, we see there's a ball cross here to Adeyemi. He goes all the way around, about 12 yards out, roughly around the penalty spot to score to make it 4-0. And Lewis Miley and Valle combining, finds Calabria, a ball cross to Rooney, and finds Jonathan David to complete his hat-trick in the 90 plus 6th minute. So a great result sees us through to the fifth round, where we will face Bournemouth. There seems to be a little bit of what happened last season. I'm not sure if this is like a little bit of a bug in Football Manager with the most recent update. A lot of the cup games we're playing against Premier League teams are scheduled around the same time as our league game against said Premier League team. As you'll have seen in the first season, if you were watching it, we played a lot of double headers, League and Cup, against a number of teams, including Man City and Southampton. We have again here, we have Spurs now coming up next in the League Cup semi-final, and that's immediately followed by Spurs in the League. Both of those games at home for us. And in the FA Cup fifth round, as you see, we face Bournemouth, and then we face Bournemouth again in the league immediately after that. So that is where we stand currently. We did forget to show you the goals against Everton. We have come away with a 6-1 victory, very, very pleasing result. In that game, as you see, Miguel Almiron getting injured late into the second half there as well. As we can see here, Docena tries to play a ball back in the midfield, picked up by Pablo Roberto, and from about 18 yards, absolutely drills it in the roof of the net. Garcia then finds Roberto involved again. Livramento comes down the right-hand side, cuts the ball back, and Isak has a tap-in at the back post for 2-0 after only 15 minutes. Harvey Barnes and Isak combine then to bring Lewis Hall down the left wing. He makes a nice cross over to Isak. Again, a very simple finish as he taps in to make it 3-0. We can see that Everton do get back into it with a goal, as we see Dwight McNeil floats a big cross into the back post, and Almiron is there to head home shortly before he picked up his injury. Bamba then finds Tonali in midfield, who finds Lewis, and a lovely ball forward to Harvey Barnes is cut back across the face of the goal. Jonathan David is there to score. And a corner from Rene Bargi is whipped in right to the back post. Jonathan Tah rises highest, and he scores to make it 5-1. And a final goal coming from Joe Willock and Anthony Gordon combining as the ball comes back across to David. I'm not sure if he steps over the ball or if there's a challenge there, but Joe Willock steals in to make it 6-1. Very, very important and a very, very impressive victory as well. That takes us into our League Cup semi-final, second leg against Spurs. We do have a 3-2 advantage. We are playing on the Wednesday, so in the other game, if we can get a little look at it, we can see that West Ham have gone through. They have beaten Southampton 4-1 on aggregate. They have obviously drawn 0-0 in the first leg, and a 4-1 victory in the second leg. So West Ham are waiting for us in the final, presuming that we go through now, which we're certainly going to try and get there. So we do have a few yellow card concerns. Of course, Tino Livramento, we're going to bring him out for Davide Calabria. Lewis Hall in at left back, I'm going to keep him in because he could. Or do we bring in? Do we bring in Valley? We'll bring in Valley at left back, and Lewis Miley as well, of course. We're not overly concerned about him just yet. I want to bring Jonathan Tah into play as a substitute right back potentially. We have Lewis Hall. We have. Or do we bring in Leo Shahar? We'll keep him on the bench for now. And we have Lewis Miley, of course, carrying a yellow card as well. So potentially we might lose Calabria and Lewis Miley for the final. But it's Bruno Guimaraes is not fully fit. Yes, he kind of is. We'll keep it as it is. So potentially Calabria and the other player on a yellow card, whose name I immediately forget, could be missing for the final should we get through. That's less detrimental than losing Livramento at right back especially, and of course Lewis Hall, we want to keep him available as well. So into the semi-final, we're at home against Spurs. As mentioned, we do have a 3-2 aggregate lead currently. As we see, James Madison take a corner, aims in for the back post, cleared by Miley, cleared by Isak, picked up by Mickey van de Ven, goes back to Udogie. He is playing games despite his request for transfer. Adeyemi plays. I'm not sure if that was a poor attempt at a shot or a poor attempt at a through ball. But Adeyemi recovers, goes back to Garcia. There's a nice switch in the midfield, but it's cut out by Van de Ven, finds Galeno. The ball comes to Isak. It's Adeyemi now breaking down the left-hand side. Can he get a cross in? He gets a cross in, but the ball's cleared. It's not handled very well by Bissouma as Guimaraes wins the ball back from Kulusevski. Tonali recovers, Finds Garcia. Looks for Adeyemi. There's a nice first time pass into Alexander Isak. I think I've gone too early. I think he's offside. Because he's always offside. I think he is off. He is. Okay. Did think as soon as Adeyemi moved the ball forward right here, yep, he's gone too early. It's a good line by Spurs. In fairness, their defence held up well there. Not sure, was that Van de Ven maybe tracking back, doing what Spurs do best, play a high line, allow us to get offside, and Van de Ven is there to come back. Not quick enough, obviously, in this instance, but that's a little bit unfortunate on our part. Adeyemi has taken a knock, indicating that he would like to come off. Do we bring in Jonathan David on the left wing? It is only 20 minutes in. We'll give him another couple of minutes and we'll see if this highlight brings anything. So Galeno now on the left. Ball's cut out by Adeyemi. Moves it forward. He's not struggling so much here. There's a nice little bit of football. And that's a fantastic goal. It's a great goal from Lewis Miley. There's a nice little bit of passing. And that's a great finish. As we get the slow motion replay here. See Adeyemi brings it forward. He touches it left to Isak, touches it off to Bruno Guimaraes, who finds Lewis Miley with the through ball, and Miley fires home. Adeyemi is struggling. Let's bring him out. Let's bring in Rooney Bargi and switch Gordon over to the left side. I think that's it. Injured, but feels he can continue. We don't want him to continue if he's struggling a little bit, as Basuma finds Madison on the right. Ball's cut out by Bruno. Comes to Alex Valle. Valle, I think it is. Basuma with a strong challenge there to give us the throw in. As you can see from the pass maps already, we are pretty much camped out in Spurs' half. As the ball comes to Bruno from the throw in, Valle comes back inside. It's 2-0. You can't. They're looking at a potential offside again. The ball comes back to Isak. He's not the man offside. The goal's given. That's what we want to see. So Valle with a throw in to Guimaraes, touches it round the corner as he goes left. And I think, in fairness, Isak is goal side of all the defenders, but Valle is just that little bit ahead of him in the pitch. He's almost on the touchline. So it makes it 2-0. So it's a 5-2 lead so far as Galeno comes in to take the shot. There's a good save there from Costa. Sonny now to take the corner. It's in towards the front post, cleared by somebody. The ball goes back and Spurs recover. So a very good start. A very, very good start to this second leg. I'm remaining confident at the minute. I'm maybe getting a little bit cocky and trying not to. So we see Rooney Bargi losing out to Sar easily. Ball comes back to Kulusevski. Porro finds Basuma. A lovely through ball to Sonny. That's a very good save from Costa. Son takes the corner now. It's in towards the middle of the pitch again. Sandro Tonali with a diving header on the touchline. He could have just let that go out maybe. But we have a 2-0 advantage at half time. Very happy with the way things are going. Let's keep it up. No bookings for Calabria. Isak's on a booking. We might bring him out shortly as well because we don't want to. We want to give him a rest because we do play Spurs again, of course, in the next game in the league, and that will be a huge game because they are currently third or maybe fourth in the league. So we don't want to risk losing Isak for that. Eric Garcia making a great run down our left-hand side. Brings it into Gordon. He's having to go from distance, but it's over the bar. It's not really troubling the goalkeeper at all. As you see now, Spurs are starting to get camped into their own half a little bit. Tonali and Gordon carrying yellow cards. As Szymanski, it's a good header. It's a good header. Szymanski with the corner and Bentancur rises above. I'm not sure who that is. Calabria maybe, yep. To win the header to make it 2-1 on the night, 5-3 on aggregate. As a Dogi now with a throw in the Son. It's back to Bentancur. There's a nice pass. I thought that was going to be a. Oof. Diogo Costa getting away with one there as a poor attempt at clearance. Came straight to Jamie Donnelly. The young striker could not direct. If the if his shot had went to the side, to the keeper's left, I think that was a certain goal. But Diogo Costa kind of got away with that a little bit. Bamba brings the ball forward, goes back to Calabria, goes all the way back to Costa, who's very far out of his box. He's about 25 yards out there. Garcia finds Valle. He's going to make a run down this left-hand side. He's getting away from his man. He's getting away from Madison. Cuts it back to Bruno. The ball squared. It's bouncing around. Rooney Bargi's there. It's a poor attempt at a clearance. It comes back off the Spurs defender. And it falls kindly for Rooney Bargi to make it 3-1. Restores the 2-goal advantage. 3-goal aggregate advantage, of course. Per from Basuma. It's Dragusin. Clears the ball. Comes back off Bentancur. Falls in the path of Rooney Bargi to make it 3-1. So let's make some changes. Let's bring Jonathan David in here. Anthony Gordon is having a good game. Bruno Guimaraes is not long back from injury. We want to bring Tonali out, actually. Let's do that. We might bring Bruno Guimaraes out soon too. So 2 subs made. As we're continuing on. Calabria is, yes, we know that. As Udogie takes it through and finds Son on the left side, comes back to Bentancur, and Son with an interchange of pass. Bentancur having another go. It's a decent effort. It's just a little wide of the post. Bamba brings it forward now. He looks for Calabria on the left-hand side, on the right-hand side. He's tried to pass through the middle, but it was cut out far too easily. Joe Willock missing his challenge. Ball comes away to Szymanski. He goes left. It's turned into his own goal by Bamba. I'm not sure what it looked like. He was trying to pass it back to the goalkeeper. I'm not sure what was going on there. As we see Madison with a nice ball over to the left hand side. Szymanski first to the ball. As it cuts it back, I mean Bamba looks like he's trying to score that from his shape and his positioning. That's disappointing. Luis Miley struggling on fitness, so we bring in Roberto here. We bring Bamba in the defensive midfield, and we're going to bring Jonathan Tah in. We will keep Sven Botman because he's just come back from a short-term injury as well, so we want to keep him fit and ready for the next game. Anthony Gordon struggling with fitness now. He is drained, it's fair to say. If we can see this out, 3-2 again, 3-2 on the night. Hopefully we can see this out, see ourselves into the League Cup final. We will see what happens. It's coming around. There's 7 minutes added on. But we can see this out. We're doing very well. This will be our second cup final in 2 years. It's collaborating now with a throw-in. Finds Pablo Roberto. It's a nice long ball forward to Jonathan David. Cut close down by Udogie. Finds Bentancur in midfield. Finds Madison. It's cut out by Garcia as Madison looks for Donnelly. Garcia just overruns the ball. Donnelly does very well to track back. Alex Valle coming all the way back to recover. Joe Willock now finds Roberto. Finds Rooney. Can Rooney Bargi get the ball across to Jonathan David? His 13th goal of the season. It might be ruled out. There's another check for offside. It's right on the death of full time. It's disallowed, but that's fine. I'm not sure if he's called final whistle there. He's called final whistle now. So we have made it through. I mean, the final whistle's gone and we're still getting a replay. Fractionally offside. I mean, the lines are on top of each other there pretty much. Doesn't matter. We're through to the final of the League Cup. We could be about to cross off our second trophy in this Glory Hunter series. Given how well we're doing in the Premier League as well, hopefully we can hold on to that form and we can maybe round off England today. So there we have confirmation. Newcastle will play West Ham in the League Cup final. Valle impresses. The scouts watch Udogie. That's fine. So that is it for this episode. The final, the date of the League Cup final is in 2 games' time. So we're going to play against Spurs and Brentford, and then we're going to bring you the game against West Ham in the League Cup final. That will be followed by our double header against Bournemouth, and we also have a Champions League round of 16 games with Chelsea sandwiched in between, followed by Burnley and Brighton. So we'll bring you all those games in the following episodes. That is it for this episode. I do hope you've enjoyed it. We will see you in the League Cup final. Until then, thank you and take care. Thank you for watching this video. I do hope you've enjoyed it. Please remember to subscribe to the channel. It helps us to grow. It helps us to bring you more videos like this. Please also leave a like and share the video as well. And please do leave a comment. We would love to hear your feedback also. That's it for now. You can watch one of these recommended videos, but we will see you in the next one. Until then, thank you and take care.